Okay, so tonight's unforgettable memory is my very first uh, plane trip. I was about 7.5 years old, flying from Israel to the U.S. With my mother to relocate. And I'll never forget the very first movie on that plane. I think they only showed one movie on that plane. Um, and it was one of those things where everybody had to see it because it was in the center console and center area, and you kind of have to see it. But it was Popeye. And I believe that was Francis Ford Coppola with Robin Williams and was it Shelley Duvall? Anyway, it was Popeye. And I think I was familiar with the cartoon of Popeye, but I definitely, I'm reading subtitles. I definitely, don't speak English. But it's the first plane trip. I remember my mother is nauseous. She doesn't do well on flights, and but I was fine as a little kid, and I remember in the middle of the flight, because I guess it does the arc over the across across the North Pole or closer to there, but it's above the clouds, so it can cut through the air. And I remember, I don't know why, when you're a little kid, you kind of like try to piece things together, from whatever your experience is. Now, I've never experienced snow. Maybe I even heard of it. I don't know if I ever saw it. In Israel, there's only one mountain that has potential snow sometimes, and that's like that's the only thing that it has. But it passing over, I opened the window, everybody's sleeping or whatever it is, and I saw this huge layer of cloud, but I didn't know it was cloud. I think I thought it was like the North Pole, or I don't know what I thought it was. I thought it was snow. I was just seeing this huge blanket of snow as far as the eye can see, all around. I don't know when it was explained to me there was clouds. Maybe on that flight or not. But yeah, flying El Al, Israel Airlines, of course, and yeah, that first plane trip. 9, 10 hours. You don't know you don't know what's going on. You're just at the airport. Everybody says goodbye, and you just go. And you know, childhood memories have no base of reference, so their only reference is itself and whatever narrative can be made from it. Um, but yeah, that was the very first movie that I think I saw. I think prior to that, I think it was only Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, like a cartoon in Israel when I was younger. I don't think I remember seeing any of the movies, but Popeye was the very first movie on the very first plane flight that I've ever taken. About when I was 7.5 years old. So what is that? 80? I don't know. 70, 81? Spring of 81, I guess. When did Popeye come out? By the time it gets to an airplane. Anyway, so that is tonight's unforgettable memory. That will stay. That'll probably goes nowhere. If it hasn't gone in 4 decades, why? In almost 4 decades, why should it go at all? So that's tonight's memory. Thank you for listening.